Happy Tuesday, everyone. I hope you're all having a great Tuesday. I am so excited to be able to talk to you. My name, of course, is Jessa Blackthorne, and welcome to Much Ado About Gaming, the show where I talk about WizKids Board Games, and I do previews, unboxings, interviews. I do lots of cool stuff, and today's show is no different. We've got an unboxing of an upcoming game that no one has seen yet, so I'm really excited for this. We also have a little bit of news. That's kind of an overview of the show. We also have a little mascot, our penguin pal over here. His name is Noodles, and we love him. And I hope you're all doing great today. Today's going to be a really fun little show. As you can hear, I've gotten my voice back, so if you watched last week and I was like, half an octave lower, I have my voice back. Yay! But all right, we're gonna move on to the first thing we have to do today, and that is, of course, the board game news. We have got an exciting announcement, and that is that our upcoming game, Sleuth, is actually going to be available tomorrow! You can get it at your friendly local game store, you can order it online, it will be available for you to buy tomorrow. Get it to the table. I'm so excited for this game. I've kind of fake played it. I still haven't gotten a chance to get it to the table. I'm working on it. I've been very busy, but I have read the rules in such detail. I have, I'm really excited for this one. I'm really excited to be able to get this to the table. It looks like such a cool game, and I love mystery as a theme. It's like one of my favorite. Mystery and horror are like my two favorite themes, which is great because those are the things we're covering today on the show. But this one really gets me. It's a quick little game. It's only 20 minutes, and it plays 2 to 8 players, which is such a huge variety in player count. It's great for any amount of people. You can play it. You have a game night. You can get there, and not a lot of people are there. You can play it then. You can play it when there are a lot of people there. It's just a really versatile game, and so I'm really excited that it's finally hitting store shelves tomorrow, Wednesday, July 28th. So definitely pick it up. It's Sleuth, and it's only $19.99. Do I have it next to me? I don't, but it's a nice small box game, so it fits right in your bag. It's really easy to travel with, and I'm really excited. And I hope you are too. This is going to be a great release. Sleuth, ages 10 and up, 2 to 8 players, $19.99, available at your friendly local game store and online tomorrow if you have not already pre-ordered it. If you have, you can probably get your hands on it tomorrow. And yeah, so definitely pick it up. This one's great. It's a lot of fun, and I know I've said this 6 times, but I'm excited for it, and I'm allowed to be excited for it, and I am excited for it. Ministry of Dice, hello! I am doing great, thank you. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. I certainly am. We're going to move into the next phase of our show, the feature presentation, the unboxing, if you will. So let's... So, as you saw in the thumbnail for this video and the title of this video, today we are doing an unboxing, and we are unboxing Zombie Princess and the Enchanted Maze, and I am so stoked for this one. It's coming out in August. I'm really excited. It's like a nice hefty game, and I can't get over. I might have to turn the green screen off for a second so you guys can just see how cool the packaging. You know what I'm gonna do? Hold on. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you all a image from the game so you can see just how cool it is, because I just think the art's amazing and the green screen's kind of eating it a little bit. So let me show you that really quick. Just a little of information about the game while I do this. The game is coming out in August. It plays in about 45 to 60 minutes. It is a 2 to 5 player maze game. So you're kind of, You're exploring a maze, trying to get the key and escape without being eaten by the zombie princess. So you're a number of different knights competing to escape the maze first. It's a really fun concept. It's, you know, it's very lighthearted, but there's still quite a bit of depth and strategy. So just so you can see, this is going to cover my face real fast, but you deserve to see it. So this is what the cover looks like. It's really gorgeous. I mean, the art on this game is just... I really like that kind of, like, geometric, multicolor, watercolor, hyper-modern thing. So, for me, like, when I saw the art for this game, it's not what you would expect for this kind of theme, and I really like that about the game. But, yep, so we're gonna get into the unboxing. I wanted to give you a little bit more information about the kind of mechanical aspects of the game before I got into the unboxing, so you kind of have context for everything. So the way the game works is that you have a maze, you have a board, and you have a maze, and you're adding maze tiles to the board. And as you add those maze tiles, you're kind of trying to build a path for your character to get the key. And each character has their own key, and you're trying to build a path for you to get your own key, get to your key. And once you get to your key, you're then trying to build a path to get to the castle in the center, which will allow you to escape the maze. But you have to contend with rotating maze tiles, so they might change which direction you can go on them. And you have to contend with the zombie princess, who is going to move towards players and try to eat them. And if a player is eaten by the zombie princess, they become a zombie as well, and they're then trying to help the zombie princess win the game by turning all of the knights into zombies. So it's got some grid movement aspects, it's got some tile placement, it's a maze game, like I said. It's a really fun concept for a game, and the art is super cool. And why don't we go into the unboxing so you can see just how cool it is. So, like I said, this is the box. Band of Badgers, I agree, the art is fantastic. So Zombie Princess and the Enchanted Maze, and the tagline, which I also love, and I love it because it reminds me of one of my favorite songs of all time. If you know that, I'll give it to you, and the tagline is, "She was looking for love, now she's looking for lunch." And it's fantastic. So we got the box. Also, please ignore my nails. I wanted to have time to paint them before the show, and I just didn't, so they're a little janky right now. So this is the back of the box. You can see it has a cool kind of like the characters playing the game kind of concept on the back of the box. But it has some nice descriptions, so you can see some details about the game. Nice shot of the art of the zombie princess. That's one of the knights. And then left is that way. So it talks about how you kind of basically go through the game. You build the maze, you avoid the princess, and you escape by getting your key and then going back to the castle to the win. So let's open this box up and see what's inside. As it slowly, slides out of the box. Which, I honestly love that anticipation of, like, when you're opening a game box and it's just slowly opening and you're, like, waiting to see what's in. It's like Christmas. So, let me put the lid. I opened up a shelf next to me so that I can no longer knock everything onto the floor. So we have the rule book. And again, just remember that I have a green screen, and because I have a green screen and there's a lot of green in the details for this game, things might look a little odd, but that's not how they're going to look in your actual copy. Like, it's green and it's blue and it's teal. If you go to the WizKids website and go over to boxed strategy games, you'll actually be able to see what everything looks like, and you'll be able to kind of read it. But one thing I do want to do, really quick, Ministry of Dice, I know that feeling, is I wanted to read so there's a little bit of lore flavor inside the rulebook, and I just want to read it because I think it's fantastic and it's super funny. So I'm going to read that, and then we'll continue with unboxing it because it's just so much fun. Should I read it in my Julie Andrews proper narrator voice, or should I just read it? I'll just read it. Not long ago, there lived a beautiful and slightly spoiled princess who dreamed of nothing more than being rescued by a knight in shining armor. One day, bored of doing aerobics and trying on tiaras, she told her royal gardener, "Stop killing those stupid rats and build me a maze." She paused for a second and then added, "It needs a mini castle bedchamber kind of thing in the center." Thinking some more, she went on, "And it's got to be, like, totally enchanted." The gardener carried out her wish, working day and night to complete the maze. Sitting in her locked bedchamber, the princess knew that her heart would be given to the first intrepid knight to find the key and conquer the maze, rescuing her from an eternity of royal boredom. So she waited, and waited, and waited some more, failing to realize one crucial thing. No one knew she was there. Eventually it dawned on her. She was trapped alone in a maze of her own creation, with only her trusty personal stereo for company. Oh yes, and a rat. A zombie rat. One day, the rat, fancying a change from the piles of aerobics videos, decided to take a bite out of the princess. Her scream was so loud that it rang across the entire kingdom, finally drawing knights to the four corners of the enchanted maze. Little do they know that the princess they seek to rescue is no longer waiting for her true love. What she wants now is some lunch, and she is very, very hungry. And that is the lore intro for the game, and I love it. I love how quirky it is, how fun it is. It's very, like, reminds me of the 80s. It's got that very, like, fun, kind of silly tone to it. And, like, the references to the stereo and, you know, aerobics videos. Like, it gives me 80s vibes, and I absolutely love that. So it's super fun. But the rulebook's not that long. It's got a lot of wording, but it's really just kind of explaining different things like the maze directions, because the tiles rotate in the game. So next thing that we have in the box is this lovely am I allowed to say Ziploc? This lovely zipping plastic bag that you use to hold the tiles after you punch them out. So it's nice, it's convenient, it's a really good size. You don't see a lot. I think this is technically a gallon size. But you don't see a lot of these coming with board games. Usually I haven't seen a lot of zipping plastic bags that are that size. Usually they're smaller, especially with games with tiles. There are a couple games I can think of that I have that have a lot of tiles that I would love something like that for. So it's super convenient. So the next thing in the box is the board. So I'm gonna back up. Try not to roll away. For those of you new to the show, my apartment is on a slight angle, so every time I try to back up, I just roll into the distance. But yeah, so this is the board. So you would place this in the center of the table at the start of the game. And you would place, as you're playing the game, you place the tiles onto this board. And the four corners you see here with the different sigils. So what happens is at the beginning of the game, each player is on one of the four corners. And then the castle, I tried to point at it from behind. The castle is in the middle here, and whatever corner a knight starts on, their key, each knight has their own unique key. Their key goes to the corner that's the opposite of them. So they have the furthest possible route to try and get to their key. Another interesting thing is that if you're playing with two players, you can start either on adjacent corners or on opposite corners. So there's no real, like, you have to be as far away from each other as possible mechanic, which I think is really interesting. And then we have these are the map tiles. So we have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 5.5 punch boards of map tiles. I say and a half because there's one punch board that has tiles that has other stuff too. So punch boards of map tiles, you can see they have different shapes. It's It's just like those maze games that you played in doctor's office magazines as a kid. And you're building those mazes as you're playing. And you can see it's got like hedges, and the hedges kind of block out where you can go on the map tiles. So really a big part of the strategy of this game is placing the tiles and rotating the tiles in a way that allow you to kind of make your way through them. So I'm not going to show you each individual one, but these are the map tiles, maze tiles. I think they're maze tiles. I keep calling them map tiles, but they are maze tiles. And I just want to show these because I don't think they had flowers on the other one, but some of them have flowers on them. And that's really, really pretty and cool. And yeah, what is that icon? I think the icons mean something, and I don't know off the top of my head what they mean. Oh, okay, so the maze tiles with these icons on them, 4 of them have these icons, and those are corner maze tiles. So those sigils go with the different nights, I believe. And Dennis, hi, welcome. Thank you for tuning into the show. Yes, so the icons go with the different nights. So every night is going to start on a maze tile with the sigil that matches their color. So, and they're all different shapes. So you can, where's the... Oh, and those are what the other tiles are. Okay, yeah. So the last 3 tiles, so there's 4 corner tiles. So you have this one is the brown tile. And then you have, this one's yellow, this one's pink, and this one is like a turquoise kind of color, so it's like blue. And every night starts off on a maze tile that you place that goes in the corner that matches what their color is. And they're all the same, so every night is kind of starting out on the same footing. So they're never gonna feel like they're at a disadvantage because their starting tile was different. Everybody starts off the same. Also on this lovely board is the keys. So these are the 4 keys that the different nights have to collect. Each night has their own unique key that matches their sigil and their color. And then these are extra action tokens. So this is kind of like an alternate way to play the game. I don't fully understand it, I will be honest, but I think it basically allows you to do an extra action on your turn. But it's kind of like the advanced mode of the game. So everyone starts the game with 3 extra action tokens, and then you can play them as you're playing the game. So it's kind of just an extra bonus thing that you can do. Next up, we have the castle. So here's what I really love about this game in terms of table presence, is it has a 3D cardboard castle, and you put the castle in the center of the board, and it's got spaces in it, so when you put it together, you can actually pass through it. And so it looks like this, so it's cardboard, but the other side actually has some cool, fun little things. Like there's the TV for all the aerobics videos. You have the zombie rat. This is a banner with what the princess originally looked like on it. And then, of course, the princess's vanity, which is broken because I guess she doesn't like being a zombie. Or she doesn't like the way she looks being a zombie, or it just got broken by accident. Who knows? And then we have, so these are, I'm going to take the plastic off them before I talk about them. Just because the plastic won't really show up super well on camera. So these are the acrylic character, it says slowly peel the plastic film. I just ripped it off because I'm like that. Don't do that. Take it off slowly. There's literally a caution sticker here that says slowly remove the plastic film. I should have paid more attention to that, and now the plastic film, I think it's mad at me. It's mad that I pulled off the other side so quickly, and so, like, not paying attention to the fact that it wants you to pull it off slowly. So I'll just show it from this side, I guess. No, I want to get the... One more try, and if it doesn't work, I will stop, and I will show you on the plastic. Yes! Alright, we're going slow. Slow. We did it. Yay! So these are the Standee. Oh, maybe I should have left the plastic on. Anyway, these are the Standees for the knights and the zombie princess. And then also there are separate Standees if your knight is turned into a zombie. And these are acrylic. Just like my nails. So they're really, really nice. They're gorgeous. I'm gonna punch out. This is the princess. They're Standees, so there are bases that come with the game. So you can see this is, again, doing the influencer thing. This is the zombie princess. She's on an acrylic Standee. The back is different, so it's double-sided but not matching in both sides, which is fun. It adds a little bit more interesting dimension to it. And then I'll show you one of the knights versus their zombie version. If I don't break the Standees, which I am clumsy. So here you have the yellow knight. That is the back. There you have the yellow knight. Of course, the yellow is a little weird because of my green screen. And then you have the yellow knight as, I keep doing this, the yellow knight as a zombie. Maybe, let me show you one that's not green or green toned or yellow. And these are really easy to punch out of the acrylic. So I know, with something like acrylic, it's a little scary to punch because you're afraid it's just gonna shatter, but I'm having no problems getting them out of the punch. So it's very nice. So this is the pink knight. Get closer. So that's the pink knight, and then when he's turned into a zombie, so he's holding a boombox. So maybe we are canonically in the 80s. And then this is the Pink Knight zombified. As you can see, he still has his boombox, but he's a little worse for the wear, the worse for wear. But yeah, so those are the acrylic Standees. And then the last thing, Ron, I like them too. I think they're absolutely wonderful. I think it's really nice to have, I'm like, a lot of games use cardboard Standees, and I think the acrylic Standees really adds to the flavor of the game and just are extra fun. So the last thing that we have in the components is the zombie princess die. So this is a D6 that has 2 sides are a 1, 2 sides are a 2, 2 sides are a 1 side is a 3. Wait, I can't count. Okay, I'm gonna start again. 1 side is a 1, 1 side is a 2, 1 side is a 3, 2 sides have an X, and then 1 side has a ZR, and I will explain what all those sides do. So if you roll, so when you at the start of your turn, what you do is the very first thing you do on your turn is you roll the zombie princess die. And yeah, absolutely, Ron, you're right. The plastic also, the acrylic miniatures also, or miniatures, the acrylic Standees are also great for durability, and they definitely, as you're putting them in and taking them out of the Standee part, the base, it's definitely going to be more durable than something like cardboard. So that's also a really nice bonus to having acrylic Standees. So with the die, what you do is at the start of your turn, you always roll the zombie princess die. If you roll an X, nothing happens. You skip the zombie princess phase. So there's a zombie princess phase where she moves towards or away from the knights. So if you roll an X, you skip that phase. But if you roll a 1, 2, 3, or ZR, you go to the zombie princess phase first before moving on to the knight phase. So the knight phase being where you rotate tiles, and move through the map. If you roll the 1, 2, 3, or ZR, you get to control the zombie princess, and you have to perform each of the following 3 actions. I'm reading this off the rules so that I can make sure I communicate it the best way possible. So I'm going to give you all the actions in the same order as the rule book, but you can do these in any order. During the zombie princess phase, a maze tile gets... You have maze tiles placed in front of you. I'm going to do a whole how to play on this game, I promise. But just to kind of give you an idea of context for the die, you place a maze tile and then you can rotate a maze tile and you move the zombie princess. So when you move the zombie princess, you move her along the open path in front of her up to a number of tiles determined by whatever you rolled. So if you rolled a 1, you move her 1 maze tile. If you rolled a 2, you move her 2 maze tiles. You rolled a 3, you move her 3 maze tiles. If you roll a ZR, it's called a zombie rampage, and you can move her up to as far as she can along an open path of squares. So you can move her from one end of the board to the other if you roll a ZR and she's on one end of the board. If there's an action that you can't perform for whatever reason, you don't do the action, you just ignore it. She can also pass through the castle in the center of the maze, but she can't land there. So that is the die, and that is the components for Zombie Princess and the Enchanted Maze. Of course, I want to show you the insert because I love it. It's purple and it's fun, and it's got some fun different things going on. It's got a lot of variety of spaces. It's a very effective insert. It's good at doing what it does. This is my first time opening the game, so I haven't actually been able to, like, repack things yet. So because I haven't repacked anything yet, I don't know how to pack it into the insert. But when I do the how to play, I'm going to show you all how to repack the insert so that when you play, you know everything you got to know about putting this game back in the box and making sure it stays in great condition. But that is Zombie Princess and the Enchanted Maze. This game is coming out in August. As a reminder, it plays 2 to 5 players, ages 10 and up, in 45 to 60 minutes, so it's a good, nice playtime. As you can tell by the 3D components, it has a marvelous table presence, so definitely something that's going to look great on the table, great for photos. You know, if you're someone who likes to Instagram your games, this one is an awesome one for that. It will be $39.99, which is such an awesome price point, especially with the acrylic standees. Like, amazing. And yeah, so definitely pre-order this at your friendly local game store or online today. It's going to be amazing. I'll do a how to play soon so that we can, you know, I can teach you how to play this game and you can understand it before going into it. So you're ready to go. You're ready to take on the Zombie Princess the minute that you pick the game up, because you're going to pick the game up, right? But I do have one more thing to mention before we end today's show, and it's, of course, a very exciting announcement we made last week, and that is that tomorrow, Wednesday, July 28th, Model Behavior with me, Jessa Blackthorne, is going to be premiering on the WizKids YouTube channel and Twitch channel and Facebook at Noon EST. The show will be a little different. It won't be live streamed. It will be pre-recorded, but I will be hanging out in the chat answering all your questions. So absolutely check that out. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a great time. I'm really excited. I have some cool stuff to show you. The show is, of course, more RPG focused. So I'll be showing off our RPG miniatures, you know, figures, anything RPG related. That's going to be the show, is Model Behavior. So absolutely check it out, and I hope I'll see you in the chat there tomorrow, same time, Noon EST. And with that, I will say goodbye to you all for this day, but not this week, because I'll see you tomorrow during my other show. I hope you all have a wonderful day. If you can't make it to tomorrow's show to watch, I hope you all have a wonderful week. If you want to submit your WizKids miniature paints, your Warlock tile creations, check out the WizKids Facebook page for instructions on how to do that. I might feature your creation on Model Behavior. But with that, I hope that you have an awesome day. I hope that things are going great for you. I hope that you stay safe, you stay healthy. I love you. Noodles loves you. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.